I'm Ian Baker, and today we're going to go over the 2020 Mallard M33. This is a great bunk model. It has dual opposing slides here in the main living area, helping to open up that main living space as well as provide a kitchen island. Let's actually start off on the island because this is a big draw. As soon as you walk in, your eye naturally floats right here, and it gives you excellent prep space as well as your center mounted sink. So that way, you know, it's nice and easy to wash and rinse dishes or prepare food right here on the island as you would expect, very similar to what you may have at home. You'll also see the high-rise pull-out faucet. It has a very modern and clean look to it, and the fact that it is a pull-out, it gives it added utility. If we take a look right down underneath, under the sink here, you will see there's also plenty of space for a trash can. There are electrical outlets if you need to plug anything in, so if you need to add like a blender, electric griddle or something on the island to help you prep food, you can absolutely do that. If we take a look at the campside slide, you have a little bit of storage, kind of a cubby hole right there above the fridge freezer. When we open that unit up, you can see that there's pretty good space in there, as well as a cutout for some taller items. This unit does run off both propane and electric and also has automatic switchover. Rounding out the rest of the kitchen, you will see the microwave up top with the hood underneath. Recessed 3-burner cooktop with the glass cover. This glass cover folds up and back just like so, helping to provide another backsplash there because the glass is easy to clean, and it opens up those 3 burners. The knobs do light up, and there's also an oven underneath if you want to do some baking. Directly underneath that, you have this drop-down compartment, pretty decent storage under there too. And then over to this side, you have an excellent spot for pots and pans, as well as a bank of 3 drawers, so you have a spot for all of your flatware, as well as some of your larger utensils. You'll notice right above that, you have big countertop space, giving you more prep space if need be. Right up above that, you will see the LED light. There's also an electrical outlet in there, so if you need a spot for a coffee maker, it's an excellent spot for one. And lastly, some additional storage there. You will notice kind of in the fascia of the header here on the slide out, they have this little design. It's, you know, again, it's something minor, but it's something as we go through, you will see that they do a good job with some of these little details. The same thing on the doors. Rather than just being a flat door, they have a little design on there as well. They also have the lights. They did this in late 2019. I really like these lights. It kind of has that, you know, farmhouse style that's really big in the residential side, starting to come over to the RV side of things. Finishing out the main living area on the off-door slide, you will see the large U-shaped dinette here. This gives an excellent spot for the whole family to sit around and have a meal together, as well as if you need some additional sleeping space. This table does drop down into a bed where you can have 2 adults sleep. You will see the storage underneath. You just have the easy access doors. You have that on both sides. And then again, just like we had over the bar here, the kitchen island, you have another very similar light kind of helping to pull the whole room together. Additional storage across the top of the sofa. You have the designer glass on there, decent size storage, and these do have struts, so that way it's easy one-hand operation. LED lights underneath help to brighten things up at night, and a tri-fold sofa here as well. Great thing about this is not only is it comfortable to sit on, but folks, it is pretty comfortable to sleep on as well. So again, if you have those additional guests, you can fold this out and it gives you that additional place to sleep. As we move over to the midship, again, storage right up top here. Big space for a TV. I know this is big for a lot of people. You know, they hate when your entertainment center, you can't fit a very big TV here. Not an issue in this one, and we'll see this a little bit more when we go into the bedroom, but as you can see, this does spin around, so that way at night, you can spin that right around and watch TV at night. You'll also see some storage underneath, as well as your multimedia center. Not only is this a radio, it's Bluetooth capable, and it's a DVD player, so you can watch a movie there. Your main controls are right here on the wall for your lights, as well as your slide outs and your power awning. Last thing that I do want to touch on in this main living area, and something that every Mallard has had for a couple years now, is this right down here, which is the central vac system. So this is a big deal, especially in a travel trailer. It's something we see in a lot of higher end fifth wheels, but not very often in a travel trailer. So you have your hose, you just hook up right there, and that'll allow you to vac everything out nice and easily. Plus that way you don't have to bring a separate upright vacuum. So we take a look at the back half of the camper. You'll see the bathroom right here. And kind of as I mentioned a little bit ago, you can see the design they have in the doors, both on the bathroom as well as the bunk room there, just adding a little bit extra to the camper. We walk into the bathroom itself. Right over to the side is the tub shower. I'll sneak in here. As I mentioned, it is a tub, so if you have little ones, it's great because you can still give them a bath. As you can see, folks, I'm 6 foot and I can stand in here thanks to the skylight. Even if you're 6'1", maybe 6'2", you can stand in here without having to duck down. You have the hand wand here as well. Shelves over in the corner, and because it is a tub, there's a lot better chance that your shower curtain will stay inside. It has a higher threshold wall, so you're not getting water all over the floor. When I take a step back out, you'll notice the mirrored medicine cabinet right up top. Good size countertop in here. A little bit smaller bowl than we've seen in some other travel trailers, but because it is smaller, it does afford you more countertop space, so it's kind of a trade-off. And then underneath, you will see decent storage there. Foot flush lever toilet right here in the corner. Plenty of room both in my shoulders as well as for my legs. I like the fact that they angled it rather than having it squished up against the wall. And of course, you have the secondary entrance. That way, if someone needs to use the bathroom, they can come right in, do their business, and not have to track dirt all the way through the camper. Your tank monitoring panel is on this wall as well, folks. So if you're wondering where that's at, that is where it is located. Right across the way is some excellent storage. It gives you some versatility here. You'll see the hanging wardrobe on one side. You have a hanging rod if you want this for hang space as well. You also, and then of course, so you have these removable shelves. I personally like the shelves because that way you can kind of use it for both kids storage as well as if you want a linen closet, you can use it for that too. Speaking of kids storage and the kids space, let's come on back into the bunk room itself. A couple of things. One of the things you'll notice is the fact that the Mallard does have the barreled ceiling, so it does give you a little more headroom. You don't feel closed in and claustrophobic. This bunk room also has the slide out on the off door side here. You have the bunk right up top that folds up like so. It is 200-pound weight capacity on there. You have the two kind of square or cube sofas that fold out into a large additional bed. Cup holder there in the back rests too. Window in the back, you'll see it is a pretty good sized window letting in a lot of natural light. Electrical outlet down below there. And then over on the other side is the third and final bunk. 300-pound weight capacity right up top here. Storage on both sides. You can see that there. Hanging rod across the top. So you have a space to hang the kids' clothes, again, especially if you want to use that other one for a linen closet. Another large area for a TV. If you want to put like a gaming console or something back here for the kids, you can do that too. You'll see the storage down below there as well as a couple of drawers. When we move up into the master bedroom, you see the queen bed right in the center. There is storage underneath. You can see your bag there for all of your attachments and hose for your central vac. Nightstands on both sides. You have cubby holes underneath as well as electrical outlets. And those nightstands are plenty large enough that if you have a CPAP machine, you have a spot to put it. Right up above that is the mirrored wardrobe. You'll notice the hanging rod there, so you have space to hang your clothes. And then storage going across the top. It is quite usable, and because they have the doors, not just an open shelf, you can put some more, private items like your underwear and stuff up there and obviously close it off. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the Mallard M33. Right up front are your two 20-pound propane tanks with the cover. You have rails right behind that for your battery, and tucked over in this side there, you will see your solar prep. So if you want solar, just buy portable panels, plug it in, it'll trickle charge your battery. You also see right underneath here, this one does have a fully enclosed and insulated underbelly, which will help keep that warmer in cold climates and also hopefully keep out some of the critters in the off season. You'll see the diamond plating on the front, helping to protect that front end from rocks and debris that get thrown up by your tow vehicle. And the gorgeous front cap on the front of the Mallard. It is redesigned for 2020, new color palette there, helping to match some of today's top selling trucks. But the front cap not only looks great, it also helps keep out water. A lot of people don't realize this, but most of the time your seam on the front is right here on the corner. And when you're driving and it's raining, it's just beating right in. But because this actually folds over for water to get in here, it would have to get in through the side, make its way back around, and then into the camper, which obviously is much less likely to happen. So having that front cap helps prevent water from getting in and adds a little bit of extra insulation value in there because you have an air barrier between the cap and the camper itself. When we take a look at the pass-through, you'll see the covered hinge, which helps protect that door from getting rust coming all down it here. It's also a slam latch, and it's magnetic, so you can put it up just like so. We take a look inside that pass-through, you can see how large it is. Not quite as big on the other side, a little bit smaller door, but a very large door on this side, so you can do things like fit a grill in here. You will also see that this one has power stabilizer jacks, and the controls for that are right there. The one control will operate the front two, the other control will operate the rear two jacks. Remember folks, those are just stabilizer jacks, not auto level. Do not try to level out the camper with those, you will break them. But once you have the camper leveled out with blocks and everything, then you can drop those down and it will stabilize the RV, so as you're walking around inside, it's not rocking all over the place. You'll notice the fold down MORryde step above steps. This is a great step system, folks. It's very, very strong. You can see I'm over 200 pounds. I can jump up and down on these steps. They hardly flex. You have aluminum steps there, so that way they won't rust out on you. Grip tape as well to help give you some added traction in case it is wet out. If we take a look up above that, you will see the power awning. It does go over the door as well as the slide out here. Touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to have it go right back in. There is an LED light strip underneath if you want light at night. This is a fully laminated product on here, 2-inch thick sidewalls as well, so you know that that's something you can take into account. It has better insulation than a lot of the other laminated ones out there that have an 1.5-inch wall. If we take a look at the wheels down here, you will see that these are beautiful aluminum alloy wheels, and you will see that it is a spread axle system. They call that the wide track suspension. Having a spread axle gives you better towability while going down the road because it'll help prevent the sway. Electrical outlet if you need to plug anything in. Black tank flush. That way you don't have to stick a hose down your toilet to wash out your black tank. You just hook it up right there. Secondary entrance. That way you can, as I mentioned when we were inside, just walk right into the restroom, come right back out. Then my favorite part on a bunk model is the outside kitchen. I think they did a great job on this one. If you want an outside TV, the hookups for it are here. You will see the storage over to this side, so if you want like an outside bar or something, you can put it right in there. Otherwise, it's a great spot to put some of your, smaller plates, cups, things like that. Refrigerator located on this side. That way you can have all of your condiments and beverages out here. You'll see the pull-out drawer. It is a full extension ball bearing drawer. And then you also have this, the little pull-out prep station, which I enjoy that too. If we take a look underneath, you will see the propane quick connect down there. As you saw, this one does have the grill in the pass-through. That grill is meant to mount to this arm right back here, so you can just fold that arm out, hook it up to that propane quick connect that we just showed you. This arm is mounted to your square tubular bumper with end caps. That way it gives you a spot in which you can store your sewer hose. Personally, I would definitely store it on the other side, not next to the grill, but that is definitely a personal choice. And the tire itself is mounted there as well. The spare tire is great to have on the back because this is probably the easiest place to get to it. You don't have to get down on your hands and knees or underneath the camper. Cable inlet right here in the back. City water inlet there as well. Outside shower with both hot and cold water access too. Right up top is your backup camera prep. So if you want a backup camera, having the prep makes it easier to install, meaning it will save you money on labor. And then as we come around to this side here, you will see your 50 amp detachable power cord will plug in right there. Last thing I want to touch on the off-door side is the freshwater inlet, which is located right up near the front. That way, if you plan on going somewhere where you don't have city water connection, you want to make sure you fill the fresh water tank, and that's where you do it at. All right, folks, and that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2020 Mallard M33. If you're interested in this beautiful bunk model and you would like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.